Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ibrox Stadium for this pre-match reaction to the team news that has just been announced here from Rangers and, of course, Celtic as well. I've just been handed the team sheet in front of me, and it's the team I predicted prior to the game. Rangers lining up with Alan McGregor in goal, a back four of James Tavernier, Connor Goldson, Leon Balogun and Calvin Bassey. John Lundstrom and Ryan Jack will be the holding midfield pair, with Ryan Kent, Aaron Ramsey and Joe Aribo supporting Kemar Roofe up top. On the bench for Rangers this afternoon, as we can see, Alan McGregor just emerging from the tunnel to my right-hand side. They go with John McLaughlin, Phil Hollander, Amad Diallo, Stephen Davis back in the squad, Glenn Kamara, James Sands, Fashion Sakala, Bona Barisic and Scott Arfield. The visitors, meanwhile, I'll give you a quick rundown of their side. It's a 4-3-3 formation. The big news is Kyogo Furuhashi doesn't make the matchday squad. So it's Joe Hart in goal, back four of Juranovic. Let's just have a quick look here. You've Juranovic, Carter Vickers, Starfelt and Greg Taylor. As you can hear the boos ringing out as the Celtic players emerge from the tunnel. The midfield consists of Rio Hatate, Callum McGregor and Tom Rogic, and a front three of Jota, Maida and the Greek striker Giakoumakis. On the bench for Celtic, incidentally, Scott Bain, Nir Beaton, Leo Abada, David Turnbull, James McCarthy, Michael Johnston, Yusuke Idaguchi, Matt O'Reilly and Anthony Ralston. Of course, this afternoon's referee is Willie Collum. A number of comments coming in already. Great to have your interaction as ever. I hope you're excited as we all are here for this huge game for Rangers. Ross McLean says perfect lineup. Good to have James Strachan alongside us as well. Hi, James. I'm sure it's the evening over there down under, but great to see up and ready and excited, I'm sure, for this encounter. Kickoff, remember, at 12 p.m. high noon. Gary Harkins gets in touch as well. Joshua Barry will be alongside me here this afternoon. If you're not fortunate enough to attend this afternoon's game or watch it on the television or Rangers TV, then stay tuned to the Rangers Review website. Of course, we'll have a match blog up and running, and we'll have post-match reaction as well after this one. It's a game that we've been speaking about all week on the Rangers Review. It's very much, in my opinion, in the must-not-lose category, but really, in truth and in all honesty, Rangers need to win this game if they have to stand any chance of retaining their Premiership title. James says he's nervous at the moment. I think a lot of people are, James. There's no doubt about it. James Skeens gets in touch. The team is extremely strong, says John Dooley. Yes, certainly, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I think it's the strongest team that Giovanni van Bronckhorst could have played. In all honesty, it was the predicted lineup that I assumed would be the case. Of course, no Alfredo Morelos, which is a huge blow for Rangers. There's no question about it. It remains to be seen how long he's going to be out for. We should know more. Hopefully, Giovanni van Bronckhorst can perhaps give us an update at the end of this game. But he misses today. It's a huge opportunity for Kemar Roofe to come in and show what he can do. He has looked sharp, of course, when he's come on in the last two substitute appearances against Dundee and Red Star. And he's a big game player, of course. That's why he was brought to the club. And he's got history against Celtic as well. The two goals he scored last season in that 4-1 thumping were absolutely top drawer. And you wouldn't bet against him getting on the score sheet here this afternoon. Esper gets in touch in the wardrobe. Yeah, absolutely. It's there certainly is nerves. There's no doubt about it. Butterflies in the stomach, but it's up to the Rangers players to turn up and perform here this afternoon. They know defeat here more or less ends their hopes of retaining the Premiership title. So it's huge for Rangers. Of course, they've got the home backing behind them here at Ibrox, and they'll play a huge role. Giovanni van Bronckhorst mentioned that. I quizzed him on that in the pre-match press conference about how big a role the fans could play, and it's huge. They will be the 12th man. There's no doubt about it. We've seen it back in August when Phil Hollander's header settled that match, and the crowd were tremendous on that afternoon. And they've got a big role to play here as well. And I've got no doubt that they'll step up to the plate and cheer the players on from the stands. And of course, the news at the end of last week that Rangers not taking part in that Sydney Super Cup, I think, helps as well. So no demonstrations here this afternoon. The only demonstration we'll see is a team making a crescendo of noise when the players emerge from the tunnel at 12 o'clock. Just running through some of the comments here They're coming in thick and fast. David Glassford very much behind the team here today. Scott Hammond likewise. It's very much game on here. And it's all there for Rangers to go and get 3 points, of course, and get themselves back at the top of the Premiership table. Of course, 6 games remaining after this one, and a trip to Parkhead to come as well. It's a huge month for Rangers. It kicks off here today, and they really need all 3 points to bounce into that game in midweek against Braga. So just give you a quick rundown again of the Rangers side this afternoon before we go. It's Alan McGregor in goal, a back four of James Tavernier, Connor Goldson, Leon Balogun and Calvin Bassey, John Lundstrom and Ryan Jack at the base of the midfield, with Joe Aribo, Ryan Kent and Aaron Ramsey on his Old Firm debut supporting Kemar Roof up top. And a quick reminder of the substitutes for Rangers: John McLaughlin, Phil Hollander, Stephen Davis, great to see him back, Amad Diallo, Glenn Kamara, James Sands, Fashion Sakala, Bona Barisic and Scott Arfield. Right, I'm off to work and review this game. Of course, Joshua Barry, as I mentioned, will be alongside me as well. You'll get all the post-match reaction at the end of this game on YouTube, on Facebook, and also on Twitter as well. So stay tuned to the Rangers Review social media accounts. Okay, enjoy the game, folks. Hope your team wins, and I'll speak to you